It is 5:30. We're going to go ahead and open this meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. The first item is to have our citizens' general discussion. So this would be if there was anybody here who wishes to just bring up a general item regarding planning and zoning, not something specific to the items we have on the agenda tonight. So I'll go ahead and open the citizens' general discussion. Is there anybody who would like to contribute? All right, I will close the citizens' general discussion. Next up is approval of minutes. So commissioners, we need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the September 17, 2025 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All right, next item is application number RZ 9195. Applicant James Ralph Lee is requesting a rezone of property located at 0 County Road 256, parcel R71064, being block 149, lot 2, part of the 2600 city edition of the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from I industrial to R 2.5 integrated housing. Mr. Killen.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. This item has been withdrawn, verified by the developer and Mr. Lee earlier today.
Thank you. All right, so I'll go ahead and read out the second half of this same item, which I assume will be withdrawn as well, but just for the sake of propriety, I'll do it. So application number RZ 9196. Applicant James Ralph Lee is requesting a rezone of property located at 0 CR 256, parcel R19789, being approximately 29.9 acres of the AO0342 HC Hudson abstract of the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from AG Agriculture to R 2.5 integrated housing. Mr. Killen.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. This case has also been withdrawn by the developer and owner, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, sir. So moving on to number 8 on our list, we've got application number RZ 9140. Applicant Charles Vance Wade, representing WW Investments LLC, is requesting a rezone of property located at 955 North Ollie, parcel R77978, being block 5, lot 4R, of the S4400 Kite Second Edition of the City of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from R 2.5 integrated housing to R3 multiple family residential. Mr. Killen.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. As you know, Mr. Wade acquired the property known as the Chandler Mansion a couple of years ago and has done a tremendous job remodeling that. He is now requesting that the undeveloped lots or surrounding the mansion be considered for a rezone to the R3 multifamily. You might recall that the property is replatted and rezoned from R1 to R2.5 by the previous owner in 2021. As Mr. Wade develops this property, assuming the rezone is approved, he will be required to dedicate additional right-of-way along Ollie Street. This property has a future land use, a complete neighborhood, and that complete neighborhood description is there for you in your packet, but does allow for a mix of housing types and is encouraged to accommodate a range of residents with local retail and service businesses. With that, Madam Chair, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions for Steve? Okay, Mr. Wade, would you like to approach the podium and
Thank y'all for having me here tonight. The main purpose for rezoning this, if you'll notice up there, that all my surrounding properties already zoned R3. I want to make my property match the properties that are already R3. I own the house on the corner there, like you said, the Chandler Mansion. I also own the lot in between. I actually own all the property except that one part to the right. That one piece, I own all that property. And eventually I am going to come back and rezone the Chandler Mansion to be R3 also. That's the reason being, in R25, you can't have a bed and breakfast. You can't, there's all kinds of reasons why R25 just doesn't work for this property. The other deal is, if you look at R25, your permitted uses, what if I want to use that property to put a nursing home? Okay, R25 doesn't allow that. If you look at all your uses inside there, only thing you can do is have a townhome, and also R25. The other thing I don't like about R25, you have to be owner occupied. Guys, I don't want to develop that and live back there in a townhome. I like my house in Chandler Mansion. I want to live in my house. So I would like to have an opportunity to take care of that. So R3 allows for that, and I think all I'm trying to do is make it match. Any questions?
Do you have any current plans for
I
development?
do not.
Okay.
I do not have any current, it really depends on what happens out of here.
Commissioners, do you have any questions? All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thank y'all for having me.
I'll go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak for or against this rezone request?
What is R3?
I want you to kind of come in onto the podium, state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes.
Janae Beggs at 940 North Ollie.
Okay,
What is allowed to be built in R3?
okay. Is that the sum of your is there anything,
Well, in regards to it, like if it's apartments or,
yeah, it's apartments,
okay.
yeah.
What will that do to the property taxes? The more traffic, Ollie cannot handle any more traffic. We already have speeders up and down, running stop sign at Fry. We need speed bumps, if anything, on that road. You'd have to redo the whole street to accommodate apartments. The crime rate in a little old neighborhood that was built in 1948, the crime rate for college kids in apartments would be astronomical in that little neighborhood. So I do not agree with apartments being there. Duplexes, okay. But apartments with 60 to 70 extra cars, just right there in Ollie, when we already have, that's the main highway in between Stephenville, North and South Loop. It couldn't handle any more cars, traffic in that area.
And even the side road to the north of it. I
Sir, could you state
apologize.
your name and address, and I'm assuming your spouse is?
Yes.
Okay,
Randy Farrell, 940 North Ollie.
go ahead.
The street just to the north of there, and I apologize, I forget the name of that street.
Neblett?
No, that
No.
would be to the west, just on the other side of their property.
Of Pecan?
Yes. It would have to be, I don't even know if that road could handle any traffic with all the, just being a single lane road right there. Like my wife said, the traffic up and down it, we have security cameras at our house, and just watching the college kids, we haven't had any vandalism, we haven't had any theft. Just watching them come in and out of our house, or off of our driveway, through our yard and stuff like that. And even him this morning at 3 o'clock this morning, there was a party behind us. There were cars parked, and their car had broke down, but I'm just like, and he even has signs, no trespassing, private property, keep off, whatever. And it's just, I don't know. I don't think it could handle any more traffic or people right there in that particular area.
All right, thank you, sir.
My opinion. Yes, ma'am.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak for or against this rezone request? And then there's a form that, if I can have you all fill out, it should be located right on the far end of this dais. Yeah, just so we have your name for the records. Anybody else who wishes to speak? All right, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Commissioners, we need a motion to discuss.
I'll make the motion to recommend approval to council of RZ 9140.
Is there a second? Okay, that fails for a second. Do we have another motion? Commissioners, we need something. And it can't be me.
Madam Chair, I believe it can move forward to council with no recommendation.
Okay. All right, well, we have no recommendation, so this will move forward to council with no recommendation, no vote. Mr. Wade, you know, I know you've been on this commission before, so you know how this works. So your next stop is to go in front of the council and make your pitch there.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. All right. Next up, application number RZ 9163. Applicant Wyatt Thorpe is requesting a rezone of property located at 587 Race, parcel R32547, being block 2, lots 5 and 6A of the S5 100 Milliken and Ott edition of the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from R1 single family residential to R2.5 integrated housing. Mr. Keller.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Mr. Thorpe is requesting a rezone of this property. It's kind of a very narrow but fairly deep piece of property. It has frontage on both Race and Donna Streets. He is requesting the rezone to R2.5 because that would allow a lot dimension of 50 by 60 in the R2.5 zoning. That would allow him to split this lot in half, and so one lot would have frontage on Donna Street, the other lot would have frontage on Race Street as it currently does. This would allow him to build 2 single-family homes with that lot dimension on each lot or new parcel. Currently, he does not meet the lot dimensions for the zoning that exists because of the narrow lot width. We did ask Mr. Thorpe to provide a survey so we could verify that he met the minimum width of 50, and it came back at 54 foot. So he would be able to, if rezoned, move forward with a replat and not have to go to the Board of Adjustment for any type of variance requests. With that, Madam Chair, we'd be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Steve?
Without this being moved to an R2.5, would this property be able to be developed in any other fashion?
The only way that it can move forward is if it went to the Board of Adjustment for variance requests. And then complicating that is with the replat, the variance request would only be assigned to the property as it's currently platted. So it becomes a little bit, it's a little bit of a maneuvering to try to make that work without the rezone request.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you. Is Mr. Thorpe here tonight?
Yes.
Sir, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No,
All
just 2 single-family homes now. I know the letter said, with the offer of townhomes or something, but I just plan on
Single family.
families.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Have a plan for parking.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yeah.
Townhome would be a permitted use in the R2.5 zoning district if it met the lot dimension requirements, which a townhome requires 30 by 100. So if he replatted, he would not be able to meet the dimensions because of the lot depth requirement on each side,
Got it.
Race and Donna.
Thank you. All right, I'll go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak for or against this rezone request? All right, I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, we need a motion.
Make a motion, recommend council approval of RZ 2025-9163.
Second.
All right, that was fast. I'm going to go with Bruce. All right, do we need to discuss? All those in favor of recommending to council approval of this rezone request, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, so you're done. Your next stop is city council, where they will hear this as well. Thank you, sir. All right, next up, we have application RZ 9189. Applicant Jayton Cogburn, representing Richard and Rebecca R. Lieb, is requesting a rezone of property located at 615 College Farm Road, parcel R29924, being block 87, lot 2B of the S2600 City Edition of the City of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from B1 Neighborhood Business to R2.5 Integrated Housing. Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioners, Mr. Cochran is requesting this rezone for the intention of building a single-family home development. He actually requested, and we held a pre-development meeting with city staff, including all the reviewing departments, and looked at his kind of a conceptual plan and did not see any real issues with the concept. One issue was brought forward to Mr. Cogburn by the fire department, and Mr. Cogburn agreed to a way to work around that with the fire department by providing sprinklers in every single-family home. And so that addressed the one hesitation that we had from any of the reviewing departments. We realized that College Farm Road is a narrow roadway. It's on the thoroughfare plan is simply when it gets through there, it's a minor arterial, so there will be a slight right-of-way dedication requirement if this development moves forward. And so he has very small frontage on College Farm, but would dedicate that right-of-way for future improvements of College Farm Road. The future land use is designated as community core, which allows residential uses. Water and sewer is available. And again, we talked through all of the potential development challenges with Mr. Cogburn in that pre-development meeting. Again, no real concerns on the development as presented. So with that, Madam Chair, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Steve?
Approximately how many residents could fit there?
The conceptual plan we look at and understand it's just a concept. He's looking at about 30 to 35 homes roughly, which falls definitely within the intensity or density of that property for the current and, well, currently it's B1. But with this zoning, he could do that density with no problem.
That's a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom kind of setup?
I think I'd have to defer to the developer on that. I'm not,
Okay.
we didn't look at any.
Hey, hang on one second, and then I'll open it up to you. 2.5, is that because of lot size?
Yes, ma'am.
Other questions for Steve?
Is the city looking to widen that road in the future?
So the city generally doesn't widen or make street improvements unless the properties along that thoroughfare are developed, and then the cost of the improvements go to the developer. So as it develops, each developer will be required to install their proportional part of that improvement to meet the thoroughfare plan.
Okay.
We've got a large segment of that street that are in the floodplain, so the chances for development in the floodplain are pretty minimal.
Depending on if it's floodway or floodplain, that is
Yeah.
correct. This particular property, we did look at that. Very, very small piece of this property is actually in the flood zone, so it doesn't present any real challenges for development.
As you go down that street, you drop right down into the valley of the Bosque River, and the Bosque River walkway goes through that as it follows the river. And so the chances of any developer improving the roadway in that area are basically non-existent.
Oh, okay, let's hang on for that discussion for after we. Okay, I'm going to invite Mr. Cogburn. Is it, yes, Mr. Cogburn to?
I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Commissioners, do you have any questions?
How many bedrooms?
Mostly three twos. Average 1,500 to 1,700 square feet.
And you were looking at how many homes there?
As of right now, it's 35 on the preliminary plot.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and open up a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak for or against this rezone request? All right, I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners?
I move that we recommend to council denial of RZ 9189.
No second? All right, that fails for a second. Does anybody want to try for an approval?
Make a motion that we recommend to council approval of RZ 2025-9189.
Second.
All right. Discussion. Brian, you want to speak to
Well,
why you were?
I'm just kind of looking at the infrastructure of that street. I've been down it this last week in a bus, and it is impossible to get up and down that road in a vehicle, especially of that size. And if you're looking at townhomes or families moving in there, it's going to have a major infrastructure upgrade. And because of that, I think that we need to kind of focus more about getting our city streets fixed into those areas so that we can develop them.
Anybody else have any concerns? All right, then we'll go ahead and vote. So the current motion is for approval, recommending approval to City Council. All those in favor of recommending approval to City Council, say aye. Aye. All right, let's do a roll call. So we're gonna do, James is an aye, Nick is a yes. Brian, you're a?
No.
No. I'm a yes.
I'm actually a no.
Okay, Bruce?
I'm going to abstain.
Justin is a no, and Lisa?
I know.
Okay, so we've got one, two, three no's, 1, 2, 3 yeses and abstain. So this is going to go to council with no recommendation. So your next stop is City Council, and it'll simply say no recommendation from the City Council. So you'll present, or from the planning and zoning, and you'll present your request there for them. All right, thank you. All right, next up, we've got application number PD 9075. This is a PD update. Applicant John Allender, representing Southwestern Pigeon Road LLC, is providing an update to the planned development for property located at 315 FM 2303, parcel R22587, house and barn of the AO520 Menifee Jarrett to the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas. Mr. Kellen.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Planning and Zone Commission convened on July 17, 2024, and a vote of 2-4 recommended the City Council approve the development plan and rezone request. Looks like I probably have that vote down wrong, but it was approved.
Yeah.
The case was therefore forwarded to the City Council with no recommendation. That's where I went wrong. It was no recommendation. Subsequently, on August 6, 2024, the City Council did approve ordinance 2024-0-19, and that rezoned the property to a planned development district. Construction of improvements were underway, and I believe Mr. Cole Parks is at the podium and here to provide an update to the commission as required annually for a planned development.
Thank you. Before we begin, any questions for Steve? All right, sir, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good to see all you again. I can't believe it's been July since I was here. Time has flown by very quickly. I was talking to the team, getting ready, and I was like, I just can't believe it's been this long. So thank y'all very much for having us out. A lot of exciting things going. I don't know if y'all ever drive up north of town to see where we're at. Kind of give you a rough timeline of kind of where things were. Obviously, we had no recommendation in July. We went to City Council in August and got our approval. None of this stuff I think would have gotten done unless I think the development team, specifically John Allender and his team at Architects, Kim Lee Horn, our engineering group, and Imperial Construction and all the subs that are helping those guys. So without them, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I don't have any pictures or videos, but I would encourage all of y'all to search the project online. We have a website. We keep everything very up to date. We have a YouTube channel. We have multiple social media channels on Instagram, Facebook. Everything's right there. So try to be as transparent as possible, not just with y'all, but with the community, and it's all all publicly available right there. So where we are today. So we had council approval in August. We immediately started the engineering work for the finished grading and engineering to address Obviously, there's some low floodplain, low water issues there. Engineering kind of got their stuff wrapped up, and we had our groundbreaking on February 27th. Some y'all were in attendance, and we appreciate you showing up. We actually mobilized on March 3rd. Things moved pretty quickly early in the summer. We finalized our utility easements in the early summer, so we broke ground before we actually finalized those utility easements, but we got those done in June, maybe June, July, which then allowed us to go seek financing. So we've been running on cash and generous vendors up until this point, and now I'll get to the financing here in a second that we're excited to share with you guys. After we finalized those utility easements, as I said, we began working on the financing, and progress at the project began slowing down late August, early September, just as we were working on financing and getting everything in place for our capital stack. And we received term sheets for that in late September. So we're still working with the legal team to finalize those and get them executed, but we do have preliminary indication that we'll be funded by the end of the year completely for the project. So really excited of the developments we've made there. Legal and lenders are all working through all those debt facility documents right now. And once that's in place, we'll plan to remobilize the final utility grading that'll go in place. I think that as a timeline, Steve, you're asking where we are right now. We're probably going to be 3 to 5 months behind schedule from where we ultimately wanted to be. I will say, and this is on me and nobody else, I probably mobilized those guys about 3 months too early because we were excited and we had our approvals and they were ready to go. And I said, great, get out there and get to work. So we probably started 3 months too early, but now we're going to be 3 or 4 months behind. I really think that we're still going to be on that same timeline where we should start going vertical. I'm going to say early April, but I'm shooting for late March, but we'll see where we're going to end up there. The Ute project is obviously phased, as we've discussed previously, and then there's sub-phases within there. We hope to have units within phase 1 online, maybe by late August for early move-in or December, but we'll just have to see what materials look like. Obviously, y'all know supply chain issues that come, but we got plenty of time between now and then once we can get our capital stack finalized and keep things moving. So that's all the updates I got. I'm open for questions now.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
So you'll proceed more when funding comes in?
For the debt, that's correct. We've run on cash till now.
Thank you, sir.
That was
We're
painless.
good?
Okay, thank y'all very much. If y'all want to see it, like I said, give me a call. Love to show you.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open a public hearing. I want to remind people, if you do wish to speak, that what we are discussing here, what we are doing is considering whether we would agree to the current proposed plan. If we don't agree with that, then it would move to council to decide whether or not to revoke that plan development. So that's it. So there is no discussion on our part regarding the state, the plan development, or anything of that nature. It's strictly about the plan that he has proposed for finishing this project. So with that in mind, I am going to open the public hearing. Is there anybody who wishes to speak for or against the proposed plan? All right, I will close the public hearing. Commissioners, so we have the choice here. As I said, we can recommend to council approval. Well, no, we don't even have, we can simply approve it.
Madam Chair, the
Correct.
commission can either accept the update as
Mhm.
provided, and then no further action is taken. If you choose not to accept the update, then it would move forward to recommendation to council to reconsider the zone.
What did he say? All right, with that in mind, we need a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the update as presented.
Second.
James and Nick. Any discussion? All those in favor of accepting the update as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, so you're done here, sir. Thank you. That represents everything on our agenda for this evening. I want to thank everybody who came out, and I need a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you all.